Hey guys, welcome to Cody the Car Guy. So today we're going to do the top 10 reasons why you should never get auto repairs done by one of those national chain auto care service centers. And so we'll start in with number one, overpriced. For the most part, I've seen 300% markup on some of the parts. And if you really watch carefully, you can go in there and you order your parts, and if you really watch, a lot of times you can see the auto parts store doing the delivery. So the same parts you can go buy at an auto parts store is being delivered there, and then they're marking it up 300%. Number two, they practice on-job training. So that means your car is not getting repaired by an ASE certified mechanic. It's actually, you got some young guys wanting to start out learning how to work on cars, a part-time job for someone out of school, out of high school. So they'll let them loose on changing out your thermostats, hoses, everything else. Well, a lot of times I can't even tell you how many cars have come to my shop and they have gooked on so much silicone on there that it actually clogged up and caused other problems, or they go to change out something, rip out wires. Oh no, we didn't do any of that. Yeah, no. Now, some of these places do have certified mechanics on staff, but that does not mean they're the ones that are working on your car. So be aware of that. So this brings us to number three. They recommend changing everything. So you go in for some brake pads, next thing you know they're saying, oh, you need to change out your calipers, we need to change out your rotors, we need to change out your drums. Well, so one of their favorite things is, well, it's old, it needs to be replaced, or it's worn out. Well, that's without even checking to see if it's really damaged or not working or functioning. The other thing too is, there is a saying that says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So if you're just going in for some brake pads, that's understandable, but that doesn't mean you have to have new rotors and you have to have new calipers. Now, if the rotors have a little bit of a problem with them, a lot of times you can feel that when you put your foot on the brakes and you get a pulsing sensation, well, then of course you've got a warp in the rotor. That's understandable. But other than that, double check, get a second opinion before you spend all that money. Number four, it's hard to get stuff warrantied out by these companies. They pride themselves, oh, we carry a national lifetime warranty on it. Well, wait till you have to go get it warrantied out by them. And not to count, then you have to get an appointment, you got to set it all back up. So a lot of times it's harder to deal with these bigger companies when getting stuff warrantied out. This brings us to number five. They actually prey on vulnerability. So do not go in there and say you don't know anything about cars. That can be the worst thing you can do. Once they hear that, it's like cha-ching! They just know they can rack in some extra pieces and parts and things that you definitely do not need. Now they talk car parts every single day, so it's going to sound like they really know what they're talking about. And of course they do know the parts. They're a salesperson, so they're going to tell you all the stuff they need. But just keep that in mind. Just don't tell them you don't know anything about cars. If anything, go to an auto parts place, get it scanned, listen to what they say. That way you're at least armed with a little bit of knowledge in there. Get some prices on some parts that you're needing, so you kind of have a little bit of background on that. And in today's day and age, it does not hurt, just Google it. If they're telling you something, Google it and find out more about it. Or check out some of these how-to channels and actually take a look and see what you're dealing with. So, like I said, always get a second opinion. Do not just listen to these guys. It's going to hurt you in the long run. And number six actually goes back to more of prices and sales. So just imagine and remember that their overhead is unreal. They've got all this stuff they've got to take care of. That building's rent is ungodly expensive. They got to pay franchise fees back to the main corporation, workers' comp, all this insurance they've got to have. They pride themselves on the most expensive, up-to-date equipment out there, which actually hits you in the wallet in the long run. The other thing you got to watch out for is they are a salesperson. They have quotas they have to meet daily. So when they see you coming in there, they're automatically trying to see what they can get done, what they can get for their quotas up for that day, what they can sell you. And so when you keep that in mind, it's not about your car and what's good for you. It's all about what they can do for themselves and the company. Now this brings me to number seven. This is one of my favorite ones to actually warn you guys of. The bait and switch tactic. So you see that ad in the newspaper and it's like, oh, well, free tire rotation. And you go in there thinking, oh, heck yeah, you don't got to jack your car up, you don't got to rotate the tires. They're going to do it for you for free. Well, while you're sitting in the waiting room, they come in there, a salesperson comes up and talks to you and stuff like that. Says, well, we checked out your car just because out of the kindness of our heart, and you need $600 of brake repairs. And you're like, what? That is a actual sales pitch for them. They put those ads in the paper for a reason. Same thing with doing alignment. You get it in there and they're going to say, hey, we're going to align your car for free. You know, and then next thing you know, you've got to have ball joints, you've got to have tie rod ends, it's going to cost you $1,200, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah, exactly. It's a sales tactic. So there's nothing, remember that saying, there's nothing free out there? Well, this is not free. This one's going to cost you. This brings me to number 8. Never do a transmission or motor job with a national chain. First off, their markup makes it not worth it. They don't do it every day, so their man hours are going to go up because technically it's like on-job training. You're paying them to learn how to change out that particular motor in your vehicle. They don't specialize in any one vehicle, so everyone is something that is different. So it's a little learning curve that you are the one paying for. You can actually call most salvage yards or go on eBay and actually find something. Go ahead and buy it, save yourself the money, and then usually if you go to a regular shop, they will actually have a sit fee usually, or even hours that you can understand and deal with. It's, you know, to pull the old motor out and put the new one in. So you're pretty much better off doing it that way than to go to a national chain. This one brings me to another one of my favorite ones. This is number 9, the lifetime warranty. Oh, we got a lifetime warranty with all our parts. Well, truth of the matter is, most of the parts that they're getting from the manufacturer and the parts trucks that are delivering while you're sitting in the waiting room already have a lifetime warranty on them. So all you gotta do is read the box. It says lifetime warranty right there, see? So that's one of those things you kind of got to look out for. Now here's the deal. When you're kind of working with these national chains, you're kind of on their time when they schedule you in type stuff. When it's when you buy the parts yourself, it's already in your under your phone number, under your name. It shows the vehicle you've got. Your warranty's easy to change out. It's real simple. So just beware. They're telling you all these lifetime warranty stuff. Well, it's already got a lifetime warranty, so they're not really doing anything extra for you. Just to let you know. Now this brings us to number 10, and this one is one of the other ones too. Those are mostly part swappers at national chains. I mean, like I said, these guys practice on-job training, so a lot of them are fresh out of high school, or they've taken some sort of VOTEC type of skill place, and then they're trying to learn on your car. So you don't, just because you have it there, it's not a actual mechanic, ASE certified mechanic that's actually been doing this for years or studied or taken classes and done everything they're supposed to do. A lot of times you just have these guys out. You might have one ASE certified on staff, like I was saying. It doesn't mean he's the one working on your car. So the other problem you got with that is, and one of the other things, I mean, if you think about it, you don't see hot rods being built at national chains. You don't see custom jobs being done. You don't see motor swaps from one motor type to another type in there with all the computer stuff that's being done. You don't see all that stuff because most of the time they can't. It's way past their abilities. So you want to deal with a company that actually, or a small shop that can do that on a regular basis or knows what they're doing. A lot of these guys are not able to do that. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have an ASE certified guy. I'm sure someone's going to get mad about watching this video on this, but there are a few of them out there. They do more of the main technical jobs on there, where the new guys that are learning this stuff can't do it, or they'll be watched by the other guy while the other guy is learning how to do it, kind of thing. So it's kind of one of those balances out. But like I said, pick a mom and pop shop and you'll be so much happier. And this brings us to the bonus round. You've made it through the top 10. Well, I'm going to give you one extra one. So you go in there and you're going to get a sheet of paper and you're like, oh man, they print it out. You go in there, they hand you a paper. You've got a $2,500 car and they hand you about $2,600 worth of repairs. Or they go in there and instead of doing a tune-up on your car, where you just need a couple coils or maybe a motor mount, and you hear a little bit of knocking because the motor mount's bad and it's rattling on the frame, not running right, missing real hard, and they go, oh, well, you need a whole new motor. Well, this is where your bonus comes in. They're going to try to finance you. This is another one. This is just going to get you even worse. So they hand you a $2,600 bill with all the stuff you've got to get done to it, and then they're going to finance you. So not only are you getting ripped off by the amount, now you're actually going to have to make payments and you're going to be paying interest on top of that. So stay away from the national chains and you'll do so much better. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one. Love you, videos out.